Hello, everybody. My name is Frigid Hyperion, and welcome back to the Wilds of Wildemount campaign. This will be session 41 now. This will be the first part. I am playing Moonsick as always, and joining me today are Dawn playing as Soren, Lily playing as Windchime, Rocky playing as Edward, Kale playing as Brine, and with a super important announcement is our lovely Dungeon Master, the ever all-knowing Emily. The floor is yours.
Okay. Today, I want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Homie the Dude, with their Sky Zephyrs 5e combat overlay. Do you want to add swashbuckling ships battles to your 5e DMing arsenal? Follow the Kickstarter project in all associated links across all platforms so that you don't miss out. This basically, you might be asking yourself, Emily, what is this this Kickstarter about? How is it going to benefit me? Well, this vehicle combat overlay will allow you to have ship battles and swashbuckling adventures without having to leave the comfort of your favorite D&D 5e settings. They set out to create a fun yet simple dynamic system that complements and that doesn't overwhelm traditional 5e player combat. If this sounds like fun to you, again, please support the project when it goes live. You can do so by following the Kickstarter pre-launch link in our respective bios so that you get notified when it does launch here in about a month. The Kickstarter was created specifically for you to customize your bag of treats for exactly what you want and to leave out the stuff that you don't need. For example, by subscribing to the Kickstarter, you will gain a PDF with dozens of pieces of original artwork, as you can see right here displayed. Isn't that gorgeous? All three different types of Zephyrs, from space to air to even under the water. Woohoo! You also get to be considered an official playtester with your name included in the final PDF and print copies. You got dozens of custom sky-based feats, dozens of spells, creatures, and magic items, even a sky battle map for use for VTTs, or that you could print for your in-person games. There is GM and PC Zephyr combat trackers to really streamline the whole process. You get the high-res artwork and game-ready stat blocks of all the Zephyrs and their crew. And one of the coolest things that they are offering with this Kickstarter is STL files for 3D printing of multiple ship crews. Which is just awesome to really take your at-home game to the next level. Additionally, they are working on a custom ship builder that allows you to input the specific things that which you want and to create a stat block for you to use in a matter of moments. If we reach our stretch goals, we can get the Sky Zephyr DM screen, sky and space combat encounters, more of them, and STLs of multiple sizes of the Sky Zephyr airships themselves. If this at all sounds interesting to you at all, check out the links in all of our prospective descriptions so that you can follow and get notified when it launches. And again, wanted to give you a big special thank you to Homie and the Dude for being our first ever sponsor. Woo! Give them a big round of applause. Woohoo! Wow, that was the most pathetic round of applause I've ever heard. Let's give them a big round of applause!
Woo! Woo!
In addition, not only are you supporting and getting access to this wonderful Kickstarter and all it has to offer, but once the project goes live, when you subscribe to the Kickstarter, we also get 10% of your subscription if you follow our link. So really awesome stuff. Support us in our endeavors of this early this game that is pretty informal, but that we make work. And one more time, thank you to Homie and the Dude. For now, I'm going to give the stage to Lily, who's going to be giving us our recap.
Thank you, Emily. Okay, so last time on the Wilds of Wild, we met a young girl crying in the streets. She was decimated.
You sound far away.
I'm not far away.
Oh,
Am I? Is it still far away now?
No.
It sounds better
No.
now.
Okay. We met a young girl crying in the streets, and of course we had to help her, and because she wanted to run away and get hitched to her poetic boyfriend, who was a little bit of what seemed to be, a woman's man, And while we helped her, we almost ruined several people's lives, but in the end, no harm, no foul. They figured it out themselves. And so after that, we left Port Zune and headed towards Nicodranas, where we set up camp in the woods in a little clearing. Moonsick and Brine went hunting, and Moonsick brought back half of a cow. And the party learned that Soren lets Gilly Water take over their body sometimes. And Moonsick also revealed that he's actually a secret prince on the run from his kingdom for betraying his evil father. But here we are in a little campsite with an odd tree and a suspicious cave.
Windchime, why are you reading your diary out loud?
It makes it feel more alive, like it actually happened.
I get it. It does feel a little... I don't know.
What's the
Feels
word?
unreal.
I know, a lot of things that happen to us feel unreal. Like a little bit magical almost.
I mean, when you describe it,
Well,
when describing
clearly
being on the
magic
run
is
from my
real.
kingdom against my evil father, it makes it sound almost cliche.
Let's be real, though. I just,
Is it a cliche? How often do you think that happens?
Probably not very, but I guess it happens more in, like, romantic novels.
Exactly, and we get to meet one of the main characters of the romantic novels. Because you're a big romantic, right, Moonsick?
I'm not going to reply to that.
It's like we're in the novel itself. Oh my goodness, I gotta write this down too.
You know, I always idolized heroes. I thought they knew everything about the world, and the adventurers, they always seem so far out of reach. And now I've met a whole group of you guys. And I'm one of you. All thanks to a generous patron and some good luck.
Matt,
Brine,
you're a hero
you
yourself.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I know. Just seems weird, right? Who here imagined we'd be here 3 months ago?
I mean,
Like in
chances
these woods?
are, if we didn't get caught up with the wave chaser, I probably would have been on a different job by now. So, in music, Cheem's gonna raise his hand.
I mean, fair, your adventure started maybe a little earlier than ours, but I mean, think about it. The first day you left your city, you probably expected to be hunted down in the first week, no?
That I did. It, like, the more I was able to more I was able to travel and hide my hide my identity, the better my chances were.
3 days ago, we fought off a dragon turtle.
Ugh.
Tell that to our past selves.
That's the most unreal part of it all.
Well, I mean, I suppose tales of valor from heroes of stories unsung seem a lot less worthy of idolization the moment we start performing feats of equal caliber.
Hmm. We should start writing songs and spreading the word about how awesome we are.
Maybe then we can inspire a new generation of heroes to do the same thing before realizing that what we do is not at all as glamorous as it appears. Who knows?
I mean, I don't know. It feels pretty glamorous. I mean, it's scary too, don't get me wrong, but
Windchime slaps a bug right on her thigh. Ow.
Well, our stories are all done, and Windchime's done in writing in her diary, and we've all eaten breakfast. Do you think it's time we head into that cave and see what we can find out?
Yeah.
Remember the last time we went in a cave, guys?
yes, we'll be careful.
Yes, I remember
We're
the Balhanas.
Squishy didn't see anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean.
You know what? Just for good measure, if you'd like, I can set up some precautions.
precautions.
Yeah, precautions to make sure that we don't,
What are
have,
these precautions?
well, I mean, I can conjure a servant, and then we can use that as our figurative canary of the coal mine.
Do you think
Why
we're
would you
going to?
use canaries in a coal mine?
Do you think we're going to run out of
It's a figure of
oxygen?
speech. It's a figure of speech.
We have magic. It just sounds like animal cruelty to me.
It's a figure of speech, Brine.
Do you have real canaries?
No, I don't. I have a crow. That's about it.
Oh, don't kill your crow.
I'm not going to kill my crow.
I mean, I didn't see anything in there. I'm sure we're safe. Let's just go.
I mean, last time we didn't see something happen. We almost. I mean, Windchime over there almost got eaten by a Bahana.
We'll
Well,
keep our eyes peeled.
yes, I prefer we don't run into another Balhana.
Meanwhile, Nahiri's hearing this, just
She looks incredibly uncomfortable.
Rightfully so.
Like, why don't I just stay here with the horses?
Yeah, keep an eye on them so nothing bad happens while we're away.
Yeah,
We'll
I
be
hope
perfectly
nothing
safe.
bad happens.
We're gonna
nothing.
be. It's gonna be
Look,
great.
I just checked out that cave.
Yeah, there's nothing in there. There's not gonna be any monsters or any bad guys, and everything's gonna be awesome today.
Well, there was a couple doors that were closed. I can't promise no bad guys.
Only treasure.
I still can't promise that.
Mm,
This is gonna be the cave.
okay, just don't get hurt. And for the love of gods, don't die.
Soren's gonna put his hand on Nahimi's shoulder. Don't worry. I'll make sure of that.
Well, what are you waiting for? Go! Just fucking clear it out and come back.
Cave
All
time.
right, cave time.
Game time. Oh, Where do you think the
Wee.
pinprick location might be?
Welcome to Hazy Maze Cave.
Yeah.
The darkness.
We gotta scroll out.
Oh,
On the outside.
Can we throw up a detect magic with ritual so that we can
Oh, there we
detect
go.
magic?
just a second. If you'll just give me a moment to prepare. Okay.
That's actually a good point. Before we go in, can both Brine and well, Brine has detect magic. Can Brine ritual cast detect magic using the tome?
Yeah.
Sure.
If Brian's ritual casting detect magic, can I ritual cast unseen servant?
Um, sure, but send those to chat for me.
Okay. So detect magic is right here. Unseen servant is right here.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna do my detect magic, but yeah,
Yeah, like
same spell. Same spell.
Same spell.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Um, as you enter, a single brazier offers a short cornea of orange light in this small chamber. Two massive crawl-like roots protrude from the northern and southern walls, as thick, round, and twisty as jungle boas. There are 4 paths out of this room. The staircase to the west, through which you entered, 2 paths leading eastward, doorless and unobstructed, and a passage leading north with a door torn from its hinges, lying in the doorway of the threshold. Immediately,
sound?
nothing comes pings your detect magic.
Well, nothing magical so far.
Can you guys see in this?
I can't use arrow keys for some reason.
Yeah,
I can't.
It's not.
My entire screen's just black.
It like this.
You gotta scroll out and then scroll back in.
The grid is not set up if it's supposed to be.
What?
Yeah, there's no grid.
There's
Yeah,
no grid at
no.
all?
I mean, I can see.
Yeah, like look at
Hold
my
on.
token.
Okay,
I
give me a
can't see
second. Let
either.
me turn the grid on.
Oh, there it goes. Now we're
There
good.
you go. I'm working on yours, Soren.
Okay.
Well, let's sweep the rooms, starting
Well,
with the
thank
one
you.
on our left,
Can I
right?
take it?
Don't split up if we can help it.
Yeah. And let's keep an eye out. Last time we got too invested in our investigations, didn't see things, so
Right.
I'm gonna. Can I roll a perception just to have for our exploration?
Sure.
Rolling at disadvantage. 13's not bad.
13's not bad.
Do you mind if I roll as well?
Sure.
Wish I would have had that 21, but I'll take the 13.
Do you have exhaustion?
Yes, he does.
Oh, you failed your save?
Didn't Moonsick stay up all night
Yeah,
Yeah.
he failed to save. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
instead of having his watch?
I think.
Or second
Right?
watch?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. That was one of the last things. Okay.
Okay. Um.
So perception equal to my passive perception. Fuck.
Okay.
I'm just gonna head into the northern room.
In the dying light of that single brazier, 3 round tables are attended by the remnants of wooden chairs. Many of the seats lie on their sides, as if having them been shoved back quickly and teetered over. A larder in the southern corner of the room appears to be undisturbed by the ravaging of tables. Near the larder lies what appears to be a humanoid silhouette, unmoving. Closer.
I'm gonna light a torch just to make the darkest corners of the room light up.
Stop moving, please. Please
Sorry?
stop moving.
Yep.
There you go. Closer, it becomes clear that this is a tree's root, clenching against the creaking and the cracking of the stone floor. The northern hall leading out of the room presents two paths, eastward towards the wooden door fastened with iron bars, or northward toward a shimmering green cloud.
Detect magic. Tell me I'm close to magical effects.
Not within 30 feet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get closer, trying to see what that green cloud is, wondering if it's magical.
Joke's on you, it's sickening radiance.
Nothing?
Hold on, you're going really fast for me. I'm dealing with a lot of different things going on at the moment.
Mhm.
Okay. Where is this? Okay. Something pings off in this direction with your detect magic. It's that of conjuration. Feels familiar, welcoming, beckoning.
I think there's something this way, guys. Although, I don't actually remember if this door was open. So, perhaps stay close.
Everyone stick together. This way.
I'm just gonna wait for the others to come closer.
Is Soren in the room on the up?
Yeah, everybody is up but you.
Yeah, I'm trying to move my token. There's so many tokens. Okay.
I'm also gonna hand off Squishy to Moonzik, just in case.
Okay.
I'm gonna send the servant in there. And I'm gonna have Cole fly over his shoulders and look through his eyes just so I can see what's going on.
Okay.
Well,
So
I have him. Just in case there's a trap, he'll be the first one to fall for it.
So it's gonna look like Cole's floating in midair.
Tiny lime green wisp bob above a pool of dark water. As Cole on the unseen servants approach, they seem to wink out of existence for a moment before reappearing with an audible shimmer somewhere else in the disturbance. The light they conjure does not offer the same warmth as a torch or the glowing braziers. Instead, the air about them is chill, like a curtain.
What was that?
I'm gonna do like an Arcana check to see if I can recognize the magic.
Are they pinging as magical?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I not within range?
Oh, you are within range. You're within 30 feet of them.
Um,
I apologize. Well, you're technically not, but yeah, they do ping as magical. As you gather that it's probably conjuration, but
well,
it's or illusion. It's somewhere in between.
Conjuration / illusion magic. Not a
It's
spell
like
I know.
What's
almost
stopping
like an
the
illusion that has been the fading is almost that of an illusion, but when they come on, it's more conjuration. They are corporeal, you think, but there is something off.
All right. Can I help with the Arcana check that Edward's doing?
Sure.
All right. Let me think. Arcana 25.
You actually have advantage.
Okay. 19. So 25.
Um, you think based off of the information that based off the information that Brine had given you earlier about this place's connection with the Feywild, you gather that the sheet of ice grows thin here, and there appears to be like tendrils and roots and pools that seem to be pulling it into the plane of the Feywild.
Then
As
I
for
have a
what,
question.
mm-hmm.
Do I recognize these things?
Not glowing, flittering lights of that of spirits and that of the ever pulsing magic through the air is all too common in the Feywild. As for specific familiarity, yes, you would be familiar with them, but not in that you know what they are. It's almost a sign of in the magical energy in a single location being so full that it manifests itself in sparkles and glowing lights.
Would I be able to know that like portals are generally considered conjuration magic?
I would say you would know that.
I'm gonna turn to Brian. I'm gonna say you sense like a conjuration-esque, uh, aura from it, right?
Conjuration and illusion. Although, it's pretty likely this is wild magic. Just, this is a magical place.
I mean, for me, I feel like conjuration itself is a magic property assigned to those that, well, transportation and teleportation is an entire field of magic assigned to conjuration field. What if this was the portal that you came from?
Possible, I guess, but certainly not an active portal. Still, it should be safe to move forward. I'd stay on guard, though. Wild magic is unpredictable at best.
I mean, that's what we got that guy there for. I'm gonna point to the servant. What is there to interact with?
Okay.
I can't really see because I don't have Cole's vision, even though I'm seeing through Cole's eyes. Like, what is that thing?
Okay. So, as you approach, through Cole's eyes, there seems to be these almost rugged edges around the pool. The way it's placed, it seems to suggest that this was not, whatever this is, was not planned. Was not a planned feature for this place. Rather, it appears to have been burrowed. 3 brown roots have pierced the stone tile surrounding that pool to bend into the blue abyss. You do notice that directly to the north of the water, tall wooden cabinets seem to block the sight of things behind, as if they were placed there haphazardly, dragged in a haste.
Where's the body that you mentioned earlier?
That
Is
was
that
in the
ahead or
previous.
behind?
No, that was in the previous
Okay.
room, but it wasn't
did-
a body. It was roots. But the way the shadows hit it made
Okay.
it seem.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't missing that.
You see, as you look on, a slow burble comes from the pool. Bubbles emerge from somewhere in the depths, swelling and bursts that grow.
Well, I don't know if I want to swim in that, but let's get closer.
Can I move my servant closer to that pool? I can't really
Mhm.
see much of the pool, but
I can't give you vision on that. If you want to
I
see,
have
you're
Cole.
gonna.
That's why I have Cole.
I
My servant
know,
does.
but Cole.
Cole doesn't have dark vision. This is the problem earlier.
What?
Cole doesn't have dark vision. This was the problem earlier.
Oh, you're right.
Come on.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Brian's already got
I've
it.
already
Where
lit that.
where are you? I can't see
I'm
your token.
standing behind Brine by the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I've already lit a torch.
Where's your token?
What?
There
My
it is.
token.
Your
Edward?
token was underneath Brian.
Yeah.
This is why we don't overlap tokens.
Oh my god.
Tokens are weird.
Just every time you light a torch, I have to adjust your vision. So
Right.
Oh. I was gonna hand it to Cole, because that was the thing, right? Cole can carry a torch.
okay.
Let's just go forward. We can't be scared of every room, alright?
Fair enough.
I'm gonna head forward.
Okay.
More into the room.
Oh my god. This is irritating. I'm trying to give me a second, I'm trying to give Cole the torch. Deeper in the room, your attention is drawn to those tall wooden cabinets that are attempting to block your sight, and to the door to the east.
I feel like those cabinets were probably moved to block something.
Block what?
Let's find out. I can't scout ahead with Squishy with the door being shut, but I can open the door with Mage Hand and see what happens.
So, what I'm saying, the cabinets, these cabinets,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the door this way.
Okay. I want to get past the cabinets. I want to go this way. I'm gonna very carefully skirt around the pool,
You
giving
sneak your
respect to
way.
wild magic.
You sneak through the cabinets and slide your way in. And 3 beds with forest green blankets have been clearly been shoved to the western side of this narrow chamber, along with various wooden chests with their lids shut. One large tree root weaves into this chamber, its sinewy tendrils seemingly reaching toward the cluster of beds. Closed door sits on. Hold on, just 1 second.
Yeah.
A closed door sits shattered on the eastern side of the room. Okay.
All right. Well, mimic testing. Ruffle the sheets with Mage Hand and try and open the chest with Mage Hand.
You which of the chests?
I only see one.
Okay.
Oh, there's another one here, but Yeah.
There's one in the
Here,
corner. Yeah.
here, here.
Oh,
There's a lot
okay.
more. Okay.
So
Yeah.
we're just gonna test them one by one.
Okay. As you use your mage hand to pry them open, none of them seem to have any reactions. You do notice the distinct being that this whole situation seems incredibly eerie. It seems as if things were done hastily. That it seems odd that there is no blood, there is no bodies, just in very empty space. Despite all of the clutter,
Mm-hmm.
seems hollow.
Looking at the chests, they have anything fun in them?
Inside the chests, you find various personal belongings. One of them has a small sack of a handful of silver, 14 pieces. Clothing, mostly various trinkets, altogether equaling the value of about 5 silver.
Can I just add
Like
19 silver?
candlesticks. Yeah.
Do you think maybe somebody got teleported out of here with a portal? Accidentally made a portal or tried to intentionally made a portal and had no control over it and perhaps got whisked away? I mean, all of the stuff here seems hastily, assembled.
Would creating
would
Either
fit.
that or do you think somebody maybe got banished out of the face of this existence?
would
It would
creating
fit with the lack of bringing personal belongings.
would creating such an uncontrollable portal create so much force where a lot of things get misplaced and like thrown around?
No,
'Cause-
but whatever came through that portal could. Remember, the portal I remember bringing me through here was through here and was incredibly stable, as portals go. Something very wrong must have happened here.
Did someone try to tamper with it, perhaps?
I'm gonna try and open this door with Mage Hand, if that's okay.
Okay.
Windchime, are you still
Yeah.
coming?
Winchan?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the walls.
I'm gonna send Squishy through first because I'm nervous. If that's
Um,
okay.
yeah. After pushing open the door to the small alcove, a cloud of dust billows out into the bedchamber, almost choking the air. A winding mist dissipates into the wider space, allowing sight and clear passage into that dark hall. Glancing in with Squishy, it reaches a ceiling-high pile of rubble, barring any way forward.
Alright. Something collapsed here for sure.
What could have happened? This place just gives me the creeps all around.
I wonder. We were talking about planting the rose here, right? This isn't the portal room, but I'm wondering what would happen if we planted the portal near that pool.
Not quite sure.
What do you think would happen? Do you think there'd be a difference in our destination?
If so, it might be dangerous to try. We could just not come back.
Finally, question. Quick question. Can Unseen Servant plant a rose?
So my concern is the unseen servant has a range of 60 feet. So if you, I would say,
That's
what?
the range that you need to that you can conjure the servant at. You can
So
move
if
the
you command the servant to perform a task that would move more than 60 feet away from you, the spell ends.
If I remember correctly, we tried to do something similar to this before with Mage Hand,
Yep.
where we did it and you just couldn't go through.
You still get entangled.
Yeah.
So
As of
you
right,
wouldn't be able to enter the portal if they did.
as of right now, we have no means to move the entire party across without leaving one person behind. Period.
I'm just curious. Brian's gonna reach out and touch one of the green lights.
As you reach your hand out to touch, maybe 6 inches away, it disappears out of sight and reappears somewhere else.
Interesting.
Almost like fireflies.
I wonder how deep that pool is. I'm gonna take out a copper piece. What spells do I have? I just want a way to make it magical. So looking at my cantrips.
magic stone. I mean, do you want to make it magical, or do you want to have it provide a magical effect? There's two different
I
things.
want it to have a magical effect so that I can.
You could just prestidigitate it, you know.
No.
You could smell its properties. That's a magical effect.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to make a copper coin smell like cinnamon.
Okay.
Of course.
And I'm going to flick it into the pool, and I'm going to watch it with
Detect magic.
my action being used on detect magic.
You see, you watch as as you toss the coin into the pool. Again, it bubbles up in what almost feels like grasping, as grasping as water could be, as it pulls the coin down into its depths and continues until the coin is out of your vision.
Well, that's something.
Do you think maybe whoever was here that hastily had everything got swallowed into this pool?
That's a rather disturbing thought.
I haven't seen it do anything that would indicate it would aggressively expand.
I have a very disturbing thought.
What is it?
What if the barricade wasn't meant for what was up on the other side of that door? What if the barricade was meant for this pool, and then they collapsed the wall for further measure? Is it possible that they were afraid of this pool?
Well, given that it's almost definitely a uncontrolled portal, given how deep that is, and the magic effects around it, either this pool or something that came out of it.
I don't
But
think...
if it is this pool, we should probably get moving.
I was going to say, I don't feel right staying here for very much longer.
Unless you want me to dive into it, I wouldn't drown.
Yeah, but it's not about you not drowning. It's about the fact that the coin almost seemed like it was being pulled into the pool by some external, non-tangible form.
True.
I'd rather not be a guinea pig for portal, portal experiments.
Be
I
fair.
second that opinion.
Well, there's
honestly.
this door that we can look into, see if there's anything there. You said that's where that magic presence is coming from.
Yeah. Let's go. Mage
Okay.
hand out to open the door again, because be spooked.
Just a second. I'm struggling here with this.
Yep.
What is happening? Okay. Too many tabs open. You open the door, and a bright light, silver, blue, white, like the faces of the moon, blooms at the center of this vast chamber. Green notes flicker like fireflies all about the room, tinkling like small bells as they waft by.
Brine should be more careful than this, but Brine recognizes this room, and she's just gonna step forward without thinking about it.
Okay,
Like, all the way up here.
perfect.
Music takes a moment in the doorway to look at the surroundings.
This...
Seven bedrolls create a semicircle around the light. And two chests sit against the northern wall. A tree stump in the center of the ethereal illumination is attended by a flock of those floating spores, each one a puffball of white and indented with a single dark spot, giving them an uncanny resemblance to eyes. You see that the stump's roots stretch to each wall, weaving through the stone floor like the thread through the fabric. The source of the searing, silvery white light appears to be words written on the ground in the stump encircling it. The graceful floating script thrums with magic. This is absolutely your conjuration.
Can I read the words?
Mm-hmm. Let me pull it up. Where is it? I had this written out. Did I put it? I have so many goddamn tabs open. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Take your time.
That would be a great time for a DM loading tip if anybody has one.
DM loading tip: incorporate your characters' backstories into the story. It makes them feel like their characters have an impact beyond just the campaign on this world.
That's a good DM loading tip.
DM loading
Also,
tip.
DM loading tip for you actual DMs out there. If you have a spell that desperately needs to happen in order for a plot to make sense, but your wizard on your party has the pesky counter spell prepared, worry not. You can just give the BBEG that's casting that spell for dramatic plot purposes a sorcerer level, or a couple of them at least. And then you can say they use subtle spell. The counter
Or
spell
stand 30 feet away.
subtle spell prevents you from
I feel
seeing
like we've done this before, Rocky. You
this.
can just
I
stand
have
30 feet away.
Like, the point is it's a good trick, okay? Basically, meta magic adept makes your spells uncounterable.
And also, so does standing 35 feet away.
That's true. But Metamagic Adept is just a cool feat. It's just a good feat. It's not like the best feat, but it's a good feat for casters.
DM loading tip. We really should have a list of DM loading tips ready to go.
Okay.
Also, please check out our sponsor. They make awesome.
Please go check out Sky Zephyrs.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously.
go.
Unironically, do it.
Links will be in my Twitch bio, my YouTube description, as well as all the YouTube video descriptions from this session onward. Until we... I don't know.
Also,
Okay.
vehicle combat really is underdone in D&D, and a system was really needed for it.
As your eyes go to the glowing words on the floor, you see written in Sylvan, dancing between tidal thoughts, the skin's wave crest sparkles to fling them into the thirsty heavens. She laughs wildly as she rides the fleeing day, seeking no answers. Even evening isn't even.
I'm sorry, I can't type that fast.
Can we, like, copy-paste that down into the chat?
Yeah, I will.
Alright, cool.
Brian's gonna mutter it out loud. Does she recognize the eyeball creatures?
It's not. They're the same ones as before. That magical energy. It's just unsettling with their black spot making them appear like eyes.
This is the portal room. I don't know what could have possibly happened here. It was so stable. Like it would have never faltered.
Just taking a quick look at the room, is over here, Emily, is that look like a collapse in that corner of the room?
Just 1 second. I'm getting this sent. There you go. Where?
Up here in the upper left corner of this room?
No.
Okay.
Not an incantation, I don't believe.
Sounds like some sort of riddle. Perhaps something you have to read in between the lines for.
Oh, it's the fleeing day. Okay.
Well, it's the fleeing day.
I can't hear you.
It says rides the fleeing day on the... Where does that go into?
That's the inscription written in Sylvan all around the tree. Brian, the memories you have of this time in your life are flashing. It's nothing solid, nothing so identifiable. But you could have sworn that the way the tree that you came through, the way its branches had formed almost a circle. But this stump appears to have been cut down. Its tangling roots breaking out of the ground before burrowing itself back into the stone.
What? He's gonna fall to one knee, hand on her forehead, trying to remember.
Brine?
You don't remember ever looking back. Just your mother's hand in yours, pulling you away out
It's
into the wild.
It wasn't a stump, though, right? She's almost like questioning her own memories. Why would they cut it down? Who would cut it down? What if there was no blood because it wasn't a fight?
Are you implying that this was more of an abduction?
I'm implying that perhaps when this place was attacked, their goal was this portal. And whoever was here was in no position to defend it, so they left through the portal.
That might be a very likely thing. I'm not going.
What
I'm
would
going to be
occur?
honest. I never thought it was a fight. There's no signs of blood or anything.
Right. What would occur if you were to destroy a portal? What would happen to all the energy pulled in?
Well, I mean, that would be the hammer, would it not? Something along the lines of that.
I'd have to agree, you can't just close a pinprick. Not a stable one, right?
Yes.
Moonzik would like to take a look at the bedrolls, each and every one of them, and see if there's anything like inside or under or anything with them to see
Okay.
if there's like anything that seems
The bedroll is a mimic.
God
Go
damn.
ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Investigation at disadvantage, of course.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Nice. That's really good.
As you reach, it's really good with your only +2.
With disadvantage too.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a big
As you go up to each bedrolls, your hands carefully folding the blankets, setting them in piles, each making sure that carefully they are respected, but still looked through as thoroughly as you can. There doesn't seem to be any indication that these have been used anywhere in the past 10 years. The the blankets feel stiff and covered in dust.
One more question for the group. Who in their right mind sleeps in a portal room?
Maybe the portal was opened in this room, but up until then it was a regular resting place, and you know the portal happened to come into the room that people just happened to sleep in.
No, the tree would have to be older than the last time these were used.
Well, you were thinking out loud if they were defending this place, it would make sense to sleep here to try and defend it as a last-ditch effort. And
That
if you
is
look,
also a good point.
if you look over there,
Why would there be no fighting if
Have
they
you-
were planning on defending it as a last-ditch effort?
Moonsick's going to point over at that part of the room. Look at the doors. It was broken down. It was broken down for some reason. You couldn't say there wasn't a fight. Why there isn't any
Perhaps the
blood, I
intruder-
can't say.
Perhaps the intruder broke in the dead of night and everybody else was asleep.
If you're going to break down a door like that, you're going to cause some noise and you're going to wake everybody up. There would have been a fight right after.
Well, this is where we said we were going to conduct science. Let's figure out what happens. We had our questions. Let's plant the rose right here where the portal used to be.
You want me to do the
Okay.
honors then?
No. I should do it. I've got mage hand, and if we're in trouble, I can still move around while keeping the portal open.
That's a fair point.
I'ma try it.
Okay.
Here goes nothing.
Moonsick is going to grab a hold of his daggers just to be safe.
Okay.
Well,
You, Brian, you approach the stump, placing the rose just in the center, planting it into the ground.
Oh.
It was a bit more intense than I expected.
Sounded
Um,
cool as
that was
hell.
also not the sound I was expecting. We looked up a sound for this.
yeah, where is it? Oh, hold on, maybe it's this one. Nope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go. Okay. The rose planting to the ground. Everything seems to go still. As it for just the briefest of seconds, time seems to stop. Before you take a big breath and you see the cracks beginning to appear in through the ground, pushing their way, seeming to form an even larger mass than before, as normally when you plant it, it just in the 5 feet around the rose seems to go, but it seems to continue to spread and spread, enveloping everyone except for Brine,
Oh.
into the black. Brine, looking around, the entire room pitch black.
Oopsies.
The four of you, after only a mere handful of seconds, found yourself in this liminal space that you at one point in time may have been familiar with. Except this time you see not the closed door that is normally wide open for you, that is the door to Firewatch Island, but but you see two, almost like You see one that is the door to Firewatch Island, and the other seeming to be made out of grasping vines as the doorway. The door itself seeming to be thin branches of trees with a little with little leaves poking out in all the directions. And for the first time in ever using the rose, you have a choice.
I do have a quick question. They can normally hear through the barrier, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'd immediately hear, oh my
They
god, oh
don't
my
hear
god,
anything.
my god. Okay.
It's dead silent. In
So all
fact,
of
as
Brian's comments are disappearing.
you're welcome to make them, but they can't hear them.
Then that's fine, I'll leave them in silence.
As you, Moonzik, begin to try to say words, you notice that that it's almost as if silence has been cast on you. It's more like the silence is oppressive, and the words you are saying don't come out of your mouth any more than they would if silence was cast upon you.
For those of us that fell through the portal, do we see each other?
You do.
We do.
You do. See each other standing in this completely black space. No ground beneath you, no sky above, just solid black. And two doors.
What? Can you describe the doors again?
One
The other was
is the
brass.
familiar door of Firewatch. The other is one made of thin interwoven tree branches that wind and bind together in a way that makes them appear solid, with more roots seeming to coalesce together around the top, making a arched doorway with small little leaves poking out in seemingly random directions, just accenting the door with their green.
Moonzix,
Well,
aren't we like under the like a silence effect?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem to not be able to hear or speak anything.
okay, never mind. You're just gonna see Edward moving his mouth and not hear a word.
Moonzik goes to
It
speak for a
Winter-
second as well, and then realizing he can't speak, like puts a hand on Edward's shoulders and then points at the tree door and gives a shrug.
Well, Edward, I was gonna say I'm already headed towards the tree door.
Okay. As you make your way towards. One more time?
You can see him sort of, if you can read lips, mouth out the word Feywild.
Moonzik will follow.
The four of you are make your way up to the door, and as it's you, Edward, who reaches your hand out to open the door. Bursts of bright oranges, yellows, purples, and greens seem to flood your vision so suddenly that for a moment you feel that you have suffered a great blow to the head, but you feel no pain. Your skull isn't shaken and wet with blood. Your eyes do not sting. In fact, as the colors continue to bloom, you begin to see a kaleidoscope patterns spinning in slower and slower circles until finally floating further from you and settling into the environment. The orange and yellows press into leaves and flowers. The purples nestle into the sky. The green vein trees and the grass beneath your feet. As you find yourself
Ooh.
In the Feywild.
Well, this definitely wasn't the scene I was expecting after being in that desolate cave. It's beautiful.
Is it supposed to be blurry?
No, zoom
Brine.
out,
No.
let it load a little bit more.
Can we speak now? Is
Now you are with the bombardment of noise and colors. Yeah, you are able to speak through the portal. You
did
can
we do
hear Brian's mutterings, which now would be a great time to do.
Brine, are we in the Feywild? Did we put the pinprick?
Wow, this is so beautiful.
Brine? Could you not hear us?
Kale, you should be able to hear them talking through the portal.
Sorry, I was muted. I was going crazy. Oh my god, I am so grateful to actually hear your voice. You guys went silent for 15 seconds and I thought I had killed you all. Oh my gosh.
Brine, did we?
I don't know, you have to tell me.
Is this the pinprick? Did we go pierce through the
What do
veil?
you see? Describe it to me. I can tell you where you are if you're in the Feywild.
We're in
Maybe.
this.
I'm going to. I can't cast anything through the dimension.
So many colors.
It's got vibrant
Oh.
lush colors of. I'm gonna quickly describe some of the nearby flora that I'm gonna see. Like what?
Sounds right.
Um. It's. It certainly feels different down here.
In
Um,
fact, you notice it feels very different. In some places, there is more levity than levitation. In others, the trajectory of your arrow is absurdly long, and still in others, the arrow could drop to an earth like a troll plopping down. The smoke hovers and shapes itself along odd air currents, and one might find themselves walking an inch above the ground. It's as if gravity is not the same here. You feel lighter in one step, heavier in the next. It's ever changing.
there's a
You,
disparity
you should
within.
feel floaty all the time.
Well, it feels floaty some of the time, and then less floaty some of the other times. There's
Well,
the gravity here behaves
no.
differently.
Be more optimistic.
I'm not being optimistic or pessimistic. I'm being observant.
I know, and that's why it's different.
You're not supposed to
Is
observe it, you're
it
supposed
like
to
a music?
experience it.
You're every time, every step I took in the Feywild would help me along, it felt like. There's dangers there, sure, but your mood impacts it.
So that's why you're always so jovial.
Well, I mean, it's more in my nature than anything else.
Well, with colors like
Nature.
this, who wouldn't be jovial?
That's the attitude. But,
It's like living inside of a rainbow.
from what I understand from the textbooks, you should probably come back and not explore too far.
In that case, I'll leave asking why until we come back. Well, shall we, everyone?
Well, yeah, of course. I suppose we have to stay positive all the time here. This is if that's the case, Wind Chime's gonna have well, if staying positive helps you live here contently, Wind
Oh my,
Chime.
this place is so cool.
You see
So
Wind Chime, as she's walking around, appears to almost be bouncing from step to step, where her feet almost completely leave the ground, and she hovers in the air for a few seconds till her foot's placed onto the ground before giving another jump.
even the floor feels like a bouncy castle.
Oh,
Obviously, you can hear just the slightest edge. It's probably best if you come back. I'll explain why.
Come on, everyone.
alright, fair enough. I'm gonna walk back through the rose portal.
You walk back through, and unlike the last time that you find yourself not in that liminal space of blackened doors, but rather right back into the room you were in before,
I imagine this time we'll.
just immediately.
I imagine this time we'll more or less kind of like come back around Brine instead of being in the doorway.
Yeah, true. I didn't adjust it.
That's okay.
I'm gonna, as soon as everybody's back through, I'm gonna close it. Ooh. So, I'm no expert on the Feywild beyond my experience there. My parents would have certainly told me I'm the last person to give advice on how to survive properly there. No matter how jovial you are, it's a place of high emotions. And positive emotions can also lead to insanity.
Kind of like mania.
Exactly.
Is it
It's
more so that your emotion itself affects your own psyche disproportionately in that realm?
absolutely anger, psyche, anger, love, hate, happiness, sadness, it's all amplified. And the world bends to it.
I imagine the people
It's
who.
part of why the Fey courts are so changing despite our long lived nature, and why etiquette can be so difficult.
I imagine people that live there have to keep a tight grip on their emotions.
Not very good at that part.
Hmm.
I suppose then the emotions rule over them rather than them ruling over the emotions.
Quite
Really,
the
the courts
opposite.
are just a medium for emotions to be the real leader of their nations.
Quite the opposite in my experience. Those who are ruled over their emotion by their emotions are lost. while those who have an iron grip can control the world around them. You can understand that while I love the Feywild, you can understand my parents' hesitation to keep me there.
So it's something that you love but also fear.
No, I am not afraid. Well, maybe a little.
So we
But
have a way into the Feywild, but maybe right now it's not the best idea to go in there quite yet.
that, and I think we just proved the theory.
The pinprick is real.
And the ice is thin here.
So very thin. Do you think Windchime... I think Windchime would probably most likely have the best grasp over... full control over the Feywild, given that she can also manipulate emotions with calm emotion.
If her magic even works. That's the other part. There is a geography to the Feywild. There are dark parts, even if you're optimistic. There are parts where magic behaves unpredictably. Especially magic controlled by non-Fey beings.
Is there a way for us to read up on this, or perhaps learn how to travel in the Feywild before actually going into it?
Well, I mean, that was the focus of my studies for a little bit.
Hmm.
And, your information sucks.
I mean, when it comes to the topic of the Feywild, there's not really much material to study in the first place.
That's putting it mildly.
I'll be right back.
I think it's incredibly cool that we have confirmed the part of portal theory. And the fact that that is so begs the question as why this portal is no longer here. Why such a powerful tree is cut down.
Which intrigues me because where we are on the other side of the portal, it looked like a location where a portal would be where a portal would fit in most.
I think the other side of this doorway is stable. And that they broke it on this side, and I don't know who.
Hmm.
Even possible that that would be my parents. Forcing me to find a different way back. Or at least spend longer here learning. I don't think they'd have done this. What's behind that door?
Should we go find out?
I think we should.
Might give us
Mage
some more
hand.
clues on what
Brine is
happened here.
incredibly on edge right now.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Let me just roll deception. If your passive insight is higher, you can tell she's lying.
You could roll insight too. That's okay.
Uh,
12, yeah, it's higher.
Um,
Put up a brave front, you know.
my Moonsick, my passive meets it, so that it beats it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know this is everything you've been thinking about. Just take it a step at a time. We're all here for you.
I just want to know why the portal has been cut down.
We'll find out. We might not find it out today, but we will at some point. We'll find some definite clues here. We still need to be careful as well.
You know, that poem. It, not a bad description of an experience in the Feywild. There are areas where it's permanently evening. And yet, day and night continue.
Music's just gonna, like, shiver as a chill goes down his spine.
I wonder. If I were to plant.
Whoops, I didn't mean to throw that. That was
murder!
Okay, dagger.
that was
let's
an
go.
accidental button click. I apologize.
It was a misinput.
It was a misinput. Calm the fuck down.
What happens if we inscribe that on the side of it and plant? Something for another day. And she's gonna head through the doorway.
Okay. As you you enter the room, you see sorry, I'm trying to pull it up. You see in the far corner a tree that appears to be dead. Although based off of everything else, despite its dead appearance, it seems to be newer, if that makes sense. As you approach, please pause.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Where is it?
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'm working on it. I'm sorry.
Yay,
It's
roll for initiative.
We're all gonna die. We're all gonna
Yay.
die.
Turtle
I
dragon
fucked
appears
up and...
from walls. Roll for initiative.
Oh, yeah. No, we're totally gonna die. Holy fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna
As-
die.
just a second. Oop.
Hello, Treant. It's a bitchin' tree! God damn it.
Oh, holy hell, we're actually rolling initiative.
Yeah.
Against a tree.
Yeah, except don't roll initiative yet. Let her set it up.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Also, I love that I said all of that. Siri listened into me and was
Why
like, "Here are
isn't-
suicide hotlines you could call."
Why is this not working? Fuck!
I should not be laughing at that.
My token actions are not working. I'm sorry this is taking a moment. We're gonna take a break right here while I figure out why this isn't working.
Okay, I guess this is going to be the end of part 1 then. We'll
Come
be
back.
back.
Cliffhanger!
We'll be back for part 2 plus the ensuing combat when we come back.